This is the third time that I'm recording this. I record previous ones, but each one of them I did not like. They were either too long or I didn't like the format, so I'm just recording this one, just shotgunning it, and see where we're gonna end up. Doing a recap of the year kind of became a yearly tradition right now. I think I did it only once or twice, but it is a good thing to go back and see what I have done or achieved or not achieved in this year or past 12 months to be specific, because when you call it a year it sounds long, but 12 months it passes by real quick. If I didn't do anything that much, I can troubleshoot it and maybe see where I messed up in the beginning last year or the end of it, where I bought my PC and it was a nice PC and all, and I decided to switch my life to be full on artist. What kind of artist are you asking? I do not know myself, and I still don't know, which is one of the problems that I face, not being decisive. So, the life of an artist, what was it? I decided to have this super duper effective, efficient schedule, and this schedule will be just me working and sleeping. And even that sleep, if I can cut it, I will cut it, which is a very bad thing now that I have passed a whole year doing the same thing. I do not recommend it because it will wear off on your health quite a lot. You will get sick a lot. You will maybe affect your immune system somehow. I still am experiencing the effects of it, but only time will tell what kind of messed up thing I have done to my health due to that messed up schedule. As I said, we have only work and sleep, but that did not count for all of the things that might or might not go south, which is the new PC, for example, that I just bought. It might break, so guess what? It did break. And not any breaking, because I wasted a lot of time with it trying to troubleshoot where exactly was the problem. And the problem turned out after I wasted a month trying to troubleshoot it. And when I brought it back to the seller where I bought it, the problem was the motherboard and the RAMs. So they needed to be changed. That was a whole month, by the way, just going back and forth and trying to replace different things. And in the end, that ended up costing me quite a lot, almost half of the savings that I had, which will kind of sponsor this wild experimentation that I was doing, which is going a whole year or even more with just that schedule of sleeping and working, and maybe working out, because I did work out quite a lot, which is something that was important for me because I knew that what I was doing was quite insane and it might wear off my health quite a lot. I might end up with something that I would not necessarily like, especially with just the few weeks, few days even. I started experiencing some pain in my lower back and my shoulders and so on. So exercising was due. So what I did was day in, day out, and that worked out for me, except for the part that I completely neglected the mental side of things, which is just being closed between four walls for a whole year, except when things go south where I have to go outside and fix them with the PC, and again with my dentals, because for some reason my tooth decided to just kick the bucket all at the same time. I had like 3 teeth this month just completely shattered, and dental work is quite expensive, and I did not know that, and now I am painfully aware of how much it does cost. It costs quite a lot, and matter of fact, the savings that I talked about before, which were supposed to like carry me for at least a year, did not manage to make it through the end of the year. I only have few bucks left, which means if anything comes up, any emergencies, I don't think I will be able to take them on. So yeah, it is a bit scary, and it kind of makes me a bit paranoid if things might go south. So imprisoning myself for a whole year was not necessarily my intention, but when I look back at it and trying to meditate and think about what I have done to myself, I realized that I literally just imprisoned myself between four walls. I literally just go from where I sleep to the desk, take a shower, and not even eat, because I cut down on that, because that will hold back my progress of trying to achieve everything all at once, which was a very bad thing, because the next thing that I would like to talk about is the result of this schedule, of all of these trials and tribulations that I went through. What exactly did I manage to achieve? I am unfortunately sorry, I guess, for reporting the fact that I have done almost nothing. Now, I would like to say nothing, but I went back and tried to see the kind of logs that I have left off, be it like some things that I recorded, like a diary that I have, to try and log every project, which I do not do really quite a lot, or I don't stay persistent or consistent with them, but I did find the basis, which is the most important thing. When you have an idea, you write the outline of it. So I did find a lot of ideas, a lot of games. In the earlier this year, I was studying quite heavily game design, so I have a lot of games ideas that I kind of spent a lot of time on them, but I did not manage to get prototypes working. And that was in the period when I was so into Unreal Engine 4. Now, I don't think I will be able to reach the same height, but maybe I will be able to exceed it next year because I have some plans. So other than games, I don't have anything related to animation except some small animations that I have done either in practice or just something that I was trying to create, a small quick animation which I did not end up finishing, because it ended up being just like a layout or just a quick thing. It was not an animation at all, and all of the animated parts were animated hideously. And for the videos, I tried to create some, but all of them were not up to standards. But the best thing about them is that I actually did work on them and that I actually did finish and publish them. That is the best thing about them, and that is the lesson that I have learned, which is to actually work on stuff. Because when I looked back at all of the things that I have done, I realized that all of them were just either work in progress, which is for the long-term stuff, when you're working on a big anime with a lot of characters and a lot of environment, a lot of VFX and a lot of storytelling elements that you want to tell visually using the medium and all of the advantages that comes with it. And also games, which it is well known that they take a lot of time, which I can cut down that time if I have managed to create a bunch of systems and a bunch of things here and there that repeat quite in every game. Every game have a health system, a damage system, save and reload, the kind of menu that you load out when you get into the game, when you press the start button or something of that sort. Yeah, those are the kind of plans for the next year. But for the things that I have done also, there were just work on progress. For doing just R&D type of stuff. None of them were actual production, which was the problem. So yeah, finishing projects is a lesson that I have learned this year, which is I need to finish more projects and put them out there. In addition to posting a lot of stuff, a lot more than I actually do, because what I post is here and there. It's monthly or even more than that. So what I need to do now is to actually start posting even more frequently, especially on Twitter, for example. I can't post sketches or like quick illustrations and so on, so I need to get on that. And yeah, plans for the next year, however, are quite high, and I need to actually achieve them. First one being finishing more projects. So if I start anything, I need to actually finish it and publish it. The second thing is I need to learn programming, C++ specifically, and computer science in general, because I want to learn it from the low-level stuff, because I want to create everything exactly how I want it, not just to achieve some vision that I get from a tutorial or something like that. The other thing is music, because there is another dimension again. When it comes to prototyping, you will need the assets, which I can create real easily, animation, 3D models, textures, whatever. But the programming stuff, which makes everything moves, is another dimension, and sound is another dimension that gives quite a lot to the experience. So I need to learn about that, learn about the basics again from the low level, not just some surface level stuff where you just do beeps and boops and you will have yourself a music or a BGM or an OOC that loops around and things of that sort. And that's about it, I think. Overall, the year was kind of disastrous. Out of every year, this was the most disastrous year ever. For some reason, everything decided to go south. Everything that could not go wrong went wrong. So that kind of re-taught me again to reconsider stuff that might go haywire out of nowhere. So that's about it. Thank y'all for listening. Happy New Year's, and as always, make sure to have yourselves a damn good one. See you next year if we're still alive.